Well, you learn a lot of things from that period. And we were actually very, I mean, we certainly were out of the line of fire. So we never had any, significant risk, as you said, because we didn't have the big balance sheet or assets that went down in value so much. But we were really busy in that period because there was so much opportunity. We hired a lot of people away from those firms. I call them sort of refugees from the big banks that were kind of fed up with the risk inherent in those big bank models. And so we were very, very busy, but did stay out of the line of fire. I mean, what that crisis taught you, though, I mean, there have been five crises in our firm's history as an independent firm, and I write about all of them in the book. That was the big one of all of them, and that was really the biggest financial crisis since the Great Depression of the 1930s, which is kind of my grandfather's time. So I didn't certainly didn't live through that, but it teaches you, what that can happen. You can have a once in a century. It's like a once in a century COVID pandemic. We'd never had one of those since the 1910s. So you kind of have to realize that the world may seem like every day is sort of incremental change. It's not that different from the day or week or month before. I mean, things kind of evolve over time, but you can have these moments that are really a crisis. And likewise, when those crises come, you can have firms that are very, very big, very, very well established. Great brand names. People have all kinds of respect for it. They can disappear. That's what happened. To Lehman Brothers, for example, in that period. And it's just a good lesson to learn that, don't take anything for granted. Don't think any place is kind of impregnable or bulletproof or, can withstand any kind of crisis, and just realize that, Wall Street and financial markets in general are very tumultuous places that can really upend all your assumptions in a real hurry.